And he's trying to dig out of that, and he's trying to figure out how, I'm guessing, not to be depressed and feel like shit all the time. And doing a stream helps him with that. And doing a little getting rid of the cops. Yeah, the cops arrested him. They took his kids away, and they caught him for all this shit. Yeah, a little gallows humor about the cops. I mean, what's the guy supposed to do? He's not going to apologize to you. He's not even going to apologize to anyone he's actually hurt. That's what, step 8? He's not even on step 1. Admitting that we're powerless. He doesn't even have that down yet. So the gallows humor is going to be the best he can do to try and not feel like a bag of shit constantly.
That's the way handle the pandemic.
Thank you. Another persistent.
Oh, damn. Says, does Ty Beard have any advice for Trump so that he doesn't lose against Biden like Ty lost against Monica Rial and Jamie Markey, costing Vic hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Oh, see, that's the Vic Mignogna thing where Nick put him in touch with this Ty Beard, as I understand it, and Ty, I don't know, did Ty blow the case or did Ty just lose? I mean, win some, lose some, right? But he took a shot at this Ty guy, and I don't think this Ty is a media personality, and you can kind of tell because he kind of boomers out on the chat.
How much money did that asshat give you to make that comment?
$1.
Wow. $1's a dollar.
$1's a dollar. Yep. Just ask anyone else sucking dick behind an Arby's. Cindy Lou Hood says,
I don't like his non sequitur humor makes Seth MacFarlane look like the South Park guys. Like I don't. There's just so many jokes that you're like, do you have a Mad Libs like timer in your head? Say suck dick, say restaurant.
Metaphysical Enlightenment says, hey, Nick, how are your kids doing? Just kidding. There's no way you can even know because they're in CPS custody.
See, like, what the Now, is that person's fault for writing that, or is that Nick's fault for putting himself in a position where people can write that shit to him? And again, from Nick's perspective, what the are you supposed to do? Your life sucks right now. It's dog shit. It's the worst it's ever been. And maybe streaming gives you a distraction for a few hours. But then you go to the chat and you're typing to people and you go into the chat and you're super chatting. I mean, I can tell you this, when I start talking about this particular subject for too long, there becomes a period of time where I go, oh, good, he's getting what the fuck he deserves, blah, blah, blah. But then it goes past that and you go, okay, now this isn't healthy for me. Now I'm going to kind of fuck myself up if I keep delving too far into this world. So what's the right answer? I'll let you know when I have the right answer, because he and I are sitting on two different ends of this. I'm dealing with loss, obviously, of something I don't have anymore, a future that I thought I had that I don't have anymore, and dealing with my role in that and how I'm responsible, and then what other people may have done. But I have my family and all these things, the friends and family members I've gained back from all this by being honest about what I've done. Those are good things, but I'm also struggling with the bad. He has not taken responsibility for anything, and he is trying to run away from really evil, terrible shit he's done. And I'll tell you this, you don't have running shoes fast enough for that kind of thing. That's always going to catch up with you, and the faster and harder you run, the worse it's going to be when they catch you.
Oh, that was precious. Thank you.
You know, how sad and pathetic is somebody's life that they spend money and time.
See, that's a boomer response.
To take a pot shot like that.
I don't know.
You know,
everybody, that's the way of entertainment. Like
to that person, I have one thing to say.
See, you look at Nick, it's just like it bothers him. I know when a chat bothers me, and I try to over-explain it, and I start jittering around a little bit. It bothered him, and it's fine. That's allowed to bother you. That was a shitty thing that they said. But for this Ty Beard guy to go, how sad and pathetic is that person's life? It's not. The person who wrote that doesn't necessarily have a sad and pathetic life. He's stating a fact. He's mad at Nick. You know, it's not just trolls. A lot of these people online are upset with this guy because they think he did something really evil and heinous and he won't take responsibility for it. Those people, if you're going to be a public figure, those people are allowed to feel that way about you, and they're allowed to write those things. And it doesn't make them miserable. It doesn't make them sad. It doesn't make them this. Ty, why don't you address the 9-year-old testing positive for coke? Ty, why don't you address all the drugs that were in the house? Why don't you address the degeneracy that we all engaged in? And Ty, if you want to frame it as Aaron's the piece of shit, then go ahead and frame it as Aaron's the piece of shit. But to look at these people who are giving him money, by the way, and taking shots, legitimate shots at somebody because he hit start streaming and he put himself out there, that's not fair.
Everybody hates you.
No, everybody
no
hates
one will
this
shed
guy.
A tear when you die. Okay?
Wow.
You were utterly without friends and without anyone.
Jesus.
I mean, I would get angry at you, but I don't like to beat up retards.
Jeez.
You know.
Cue the nervous laughter. It's like, dude, the guy's not wrong. He has a right to that opinion. Don't go into the chat. I would say don't stream. I mean, it's painful to read those things. That hurts Nick to read that shit. How couldn't it? You'd have to be an emotionless human being for that not to hurt you. First of all, if I lost my children, man, I'd be doing nothing but whatever. I know I'd suck in the government's dick. I'll suck the government's dick to get my children back. There are some things in this life that are more important than my high school libertarian half-baked principles, and that is reuniting my family and getting my kids back. So I wouldn't be doing this.
Golly.
Marshall Audis sent George Lopez says, here's some Coke Bucks, Nick, the soda. Glad to see you still kicking. Keep up the good fight, Nose Pope. Hey, thanks, brother. Buckmaster says, Nick, why do you claim that what Aaron says might not be true instead of addressing how you are a C4 CK Lord? Do you mean cuck lord?
Cuck lord.
Like Jack Murphy? Well, because what Aaron says might not be true. You get to decide that on your own, though, guys. You get to decide his credibility on your own without any help from me. Like I said, he gets to say whatever he wants to say. I hope he makes $1 million.
How is that bad? People sent that clip to me last night, and they're like, oh, Nick's talking shit. Nick's not talking shit. That's not Nick talking shit. Aaron gets to say whatever he wants. You guys get to decide if you believe him or what his credibility is. Now, my credibility looks pretty great. My personally, or, well, I mean, you don't know me personally, but as much as this is as much as I give you, so it's fair for you to make that judgment. But credibility, everything that's come out so far has been shit that I've said happened. You can say that my character sucks and that I'm an asshole. My credibility on the shit I've said happened is beyond reproach. I'm batting well over 1,000. I'm batting 1,000 with a slugging percentage way over 1,000. So my credibility is unassailable.